Oh, I didn't even think to check if the camera was good. I mean, I'm in frame, but I think I could move it just a little bit. And that'll be better. Yeah, that's much better. Much more centered. Oh man, I'm even wearing a Metroid shirt today. Yay. Okay. Sup, dude? I just realized I'm wearing a Metroid shirt today. The one that Zach gave me. One Christmas. I don't remember what Christmas it was, but it's one of my favorite shirts. Alright, so I just spent like 30 or 40 minutes trying to figure out how to get fusion mode unlocked in the emulator on my computer on Citra. Because there's no easy way to scan. I have the amiibo. I don't remember which one you need to unlock fusion mode, but I got both amiibos for Samus Returns. I just like for some reason the Citra emulator only allows you to scan like a bin file of the amiibo. You can't scan the actual amiibo. Even though I'm using a Pro Controller, I can't just scan it in because they don't have the interface working for that. And unfortunately, my phone does not. It doesn't have. It's not NFC compatible. At least I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure this phone does not have NFC. I'm wrong. It has NFC. So maybe I could have downloaded an app for my phone and scanned it that way. I probably could have, but I thought my phone didn't have NFC, so I didn't try. And I just spent so much time trying to figure out how to transfer save data, and I just couldn't. I just couldn't figure it out. But I found an app that lets you edit your save data, and it lets you basically take a file that already exists and put fusion mode on it. So that's what I did. So unfortunately, I don't actually have fusion mode unlocked. If I go here and I go to new game, then it only gives me normal, hard, and then amiibo to scan the amiibo to unlock fusion mode. But I have this save file ready. Just haven't even started the game yet, and it's in fusion mode. The only problem with that is you don't get to see the intro text. So we're gonna start a new file to see the intro text, just for the heck of it, and then I'm gonna go back and start the fusion mode one. So the year 20X5 of the cosmic calendar. Galactic Federation research team discovered an unknown life form on planet SR-388. While they were able to successfully obtain a living sample, the research vessel was attacked by space pirates during their voyage home. This is the little bit of extra lore that was added to Samus Returns that was not previously anywhere else. This is before Metroid 1 story, this happening right here. They found the Metroids. The Galactic Federation found a Metroid on SR-388, first discovery of a Metroid by them, and then space pirates attacked. And the space pirates set their sight on the mysterious organisms called Metroids. They planned to replicate the sample and exploit the ability to absorb the energy of any life form. So basically, the Galactic Federation discovers the Metroids on planet SR-388. They're like, hey, this is a cool thing we've never seen before, a new life form. And they take it, and then space pirates raid them, and they're like, oh, look, a Metroid. Or like, this thing, we're going to use it for bad. And then, to combat this threat, the Galactic Federation dispatched a lone bounty hunter to infiltrate the space pirate base on planet Zebes. That's Metroid 1. Against all odds, Samus eradicated the Metroids on Zebes and defeated Mother Brain, the leader of the space pirates. I thought Ridley was the leader of the space. I guess Mother Brain took control of them or something. I don't know. There was more lore on that in that manga that I probably need to go reread to brush up on my Metroid lore. Yeah, with just the power suit. That's interesting. She was just wearing the power suit there. Then the Galactic Federation go back to SR-388, and a squad of elite soldiers from the Galactic Federation police was dispatched to investigate. This team soon went missing, but not before transmitting sampling of the data back to headquarters. Analysis of the data confirmed. Metroid presence within the interior of planet SR-38. So long as they continue to exist, these Metroids would forever pose a devastating threat to the galaxy. Not really. That's what they assumed. I guess they're like, oh no, Metroid's bad. We must destroy them all. Like, they just assumed that the Metroids were going to harm humanity or harm civilization. It was immediate and unanimous. They were like, destroy, just genocide. Destroy this whole species, Samus. Once and for all. I guess after the events of Metroid 1, it kind of makes sense. They're like, okay, you know what? We don't want the space pirates getting their hands on these guys, because that could have been really bad. I can't skip this. Here, I'm gonna just restart. It's gonna look, the stream's gonna go weird for a little bit. Or is it? Yeah, it is. There we go. Because that cutscene right there will play whenever I start the fusion mode playthrough. Here we go. I don't know how far I'm gonna get today, because I only ever beat this game on hard mode, I think. Or I don't even know if I beat it on hard mode. It might have just been normal mode, so yeah, we'll see. Though I don't think it's not as hard as it's not gonna be nowhere near as hard as fusion mode for AM2R, and I beat hard mode AM2R, not fusion mode AM2R, but I got pretty far in a fusion mode rando of AM2R. So I don't think it's gonna be that hard. I just know this game's pretty long. It's longer than your typical Metroid that can be speedrun in 2 hours. Under 2 hours. Though I think you can technically beat this under 2 hours. Yeah, basically, because you know, the Galactic Federation, they just know what's best, and they're very smart, and they never make bad decisions, so yeah. So this is what the fusion suit looks like in this game, which is pretty cool, I think. It's pretty neat. It still has the little spikes on her arm, so that's good. I'm gonna tell you outright. I don't know. I'm we'll not get to it today. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. You're probably gonna hate the way you're gonna hate the colors for the gravity, not gravity, Various suit. They changed the colors of the gravity suit in this game, and it's like, I don't know why, but it's very different from what it was originally. So that's the new feature right there that you're going to see in Dread. But in Dread, apparently, you're going to be able to aim in every direction and walk. In this game, you just plant your feet. Well, I don't know if you'll hate it. You might like the colors, but they're very different. Are you asking why you'll hate it or why they changed it? Because if you're asking why they changed it, I have absolutely no idea. Yeah, well, it's a 3DS game, dude. I can agree the graphics are not great. Also, this entire planet is very bland. There's not a whole lot of good diverse landscapes or anything. Like, even though I'm emulating it so it's a higher resolution, but the textures and everything are unchanged. There wasn't like an HD texture pack or anything. Also, this planet just looks really bad. It's just like, they didn't do a good job making the planet look interesting. Everything's either going to be like brown or gray for like the entirety of the game, basically. Oh no. It's a dead guy. Here's the other new mechanic for the game that, in this game, is not very good, is the melee counter system. So, push X and you do a melee counter. Basically, every enemy in the game is made so that, like, it's most optimal to stand and wait for them to attack you, and then hit them. And because, like, once you get the melee counter off, you do wait, you can one-shot them, basically. Whereas if I don't do that, it takes a whole lot of shots to kill him, which is just really dumb because it incentivizes you to stand, like, between that and the free aim being locking you in place, it makes the pace of the game and the combat just not, I don't know, not as good. Thankfully they learned from that, and in Dread it looks like, I mean, it's changed up completely. It looks like you have like a melee dash now instead of just melee counter. I don't think melee counters, the game's going to revolve around melee counter as much, at least it doesn't seem like it will. And then you can also free aim while moving, which I think is going to be a dual stick thing. And on the 3DS you didn't have dual sticks, so I'm about to die, actually. I just gotta be careful. I need to get, you know, I need to get more energy tanks fast. There's a missile charge. Even though I haven't used any missiles yet. Yeah. Anyway, Dread looks so much better than this game in visuals and everything. Okay, so here's another interesting thing. So in this game, there was a lot. They put a lot of buttons on the touch screen because the 3DS doesn't have a whole lot of buttons. So once I get new beams, like, so the ice beam is separate from the regular beam in this game. You need to switch by touching buttons on the, and the grapple beam as well. You gotta touch the buttons on the screen, touch screen, which you see in the top corner. Anyway, that's above me actually. See in the top corner, I have that's the bottom screen, even though it's up near the top. Just so you know, it shows the map and all that. Once you get the morph ball, you can just tap anywhere besides it. Like, you can tap most anywhere on the touchpad to instant morph instead of double tapping down. So I just mapped that to one of the triggers. So once I get the morph ball, which is like right here, I can just instant morph like in AM2R, which is cool. And I think Dread is going to have an instant morph as well. I could be wrong on that, but morph. Didn't have to, and you can still morph by double tapping down, but you don't have to. I'm gonna go grab that missile. That's another weird thing, is that it increases your capacity by 3. I think Dread is also doing that. I mean, Dread's developed by the same people as this one. The main reason I'm playing this again is because I wanted to get sort of a recap for Mercury Steam's style of Metroid. Or at least this was sort of their prototype for like, making a Metroid game. Dude, everything's gonna look gross because the textures are just 3DS quality, which a 3DS screen is like, these textures were designed for like a 280p screen, or 240p or whatever. Like a just, like, itty-bitty screen. So they didn't make the texture, they didn't do a whole lot of, like, they didn't do a lot to make the textures look good, because they didn't have to, because, like, you're gonna see this on a tiny little 3DS screen. So when you play it on a big screen and have it, you know, upscale the game to, HD, while everything looks a little bit more crisp, I think it makes the textures look, makes the textures look worse than they looked on the 3DS. But I'd rather that than have to play like with a really fuzzy display. So that's the other option. I gotta say, one thing I definitely like about this though is all the pickups, ammo and health pickups, automatically, like, just absorbing into Samus, not having to jump around and collect them. This is our first Aeon ability. the scan pulse. So Aeon abilities, basically they added a magic meter into Metroid. So that little yellow bar on the touchscreen indicates how much Aeon I have, and whenever I push, it's A. Reveal destroyable blocks. Oh yeah, this music though. This is always a bot. Okay, but if you're making a game on the 3DS, you kind of have to make it in 3D. Like, I mean, you don't have to, but I think it'd be really weird if they did sprites on a made a 3DS game, but it looked like, I don't know, a SNES or Game Boy Advance game. But hey, if they didn't, and if they hadn't done this, then Dread probably would look worse. If Dread was their first Metroid game, it would not. It wouldn't. It would probably not be as good as it is now. Having the experience making this one, and it like not being, optimal, it just leaves room for improvement when they make their next one. And that's not the case for every developer, but from what they've shown of Dread, it definitely seems to be the case that they improved in every way from what this game was. Can I jump to there? Yes, I can. Is there something up here? Oh yeah, I can't open that door. Oh yeah, that little beeping you hear? That's the Metroid little Metroid indicator, letting me know that I'm getting closer to a Metroid. Oh, another thing I absolutely hate about this game. Oh, dang it. Well, there you go. There's something that's stupid, is that they still gave her the default Zero suit, even though you have the fusion suit. So yeah, you see that? That was another thing. Is there's checkpoints now that instead of just like there's save stations still, but now there are checkpoints for certain parts of the game as well. Just makes things a little bit less frustrating, so you don't have to retry the whole ground over and over again. But what I was gonna say is this game is, I believe, the first 2D Metroid game to be locked at 30 FPS. Could be wrong on that one, but or not. No, it's not the first 2D Metroid game to be like that, but it's the first Metroid game since Prime to be locked at to be locked at a 30 FPS frame rate, which feels really bad. Like everything feels like so much choppier. Oh, there's a sewer station. I really need energy tanks because I'm like 2 or 3 hits and I'm dead in this mode. But now you've got two. I mean, like, the good news is AM2R exists, so you've got a 2D sprite, a really beautiful 2D sprite remake version of this game. And then you've also got this version, which is basically now I just view it as a prototype for what Dread would be. It's a Dread prototype. If you ever want to play a 2D Metroid, or Metroid 2, it's gonna be AM2R most of the time. This is the last time I'll probably play Samus Returns, just because this is just my playthrough of this game in anticipation for Dread, basically. Yeah, it is. It is a whole lot better. Well, I hope that, I hope you don't have too much trouble playing Dread. Now I'm kind of stuck. Already stuck. I probably need to use that scan pulse ability to show me what's going on. See, like, that's such a small enemy. For him to have so much health and have to take so many hits does not make sense to my Metroid playing brain. Like, they only give him that much health because they want you to be doing the melee counter. Like, a tiny enemy like that should go down in, like, 2 hits. Okay, it looked like there was something down here. Might be a missile block, yep. It's a missile block. Oh, is it Metroid time? Yep. The scan pulse? That's the suit upgrade that uses... Oh, so you mean a later Aeon ability. The one that, Whoops. You mean the one, the Aeon armor ability, or just the first Aeon ability? Because I did just get the first one. The next one, yeah. So you got further than where I am right now. Oh, that was a terrible place to get a terrible time to get a checkpoint on this, because I'm so low on health. I might just go back and refill my my health, because I'm down to 1 hit. Oh my goodness. Those enemies, like, I guess since there's not... That's another thing that's interesting, is there's less breakup between rooms in this. Like, there'll be a long period of, like, without a door. So the enemies just sort of respawn when you leave the screen a certain amount, a certain distance. There we go. Back to full health already. I'm just gonna go ahead and save, because full health. The close-up on these sprites it just looks terrible. Done. Brett, this game starts you off with, like... I've got 30 missiles. This game starts you off with, like, 20 missiles or something. I guess you do use missiles to beat Metroids. It's a bomb? It's the charge beam. Okay. It lets me do... I think this also lets me do a... one of those, yeah, pseudo screw attacks. Yes, please. Thank you. Energy tank. The energy tanks look very weird in this game. They look very, like, cartoony, I guess. Hey, you can at least agree that this game looks better than Federation Force. The art style in this game is better than Federation Force. By that I mean Samus isn't chibi in this game, so... Oh, that was the... They're equally bad in their own ways? Okay, that's going too far, I think. I wouldn't say this is as bad as Federation Force. Well, I don't know, maybe. I mean, maybe graphically, you know, there might be some better graphics in Federation Force, actually, because of how just terrible the textures look, but... No, you can't... Okay, no. Yeah, that is going too far. Wait, if we're just talking about, like, based on the way the games look, that's okay. Like, I can agree with you there that they're both tied for looking bad. But being bad, you cannot say that this game is on the same level as Federation Force. As in being a bad Metroid game. Federation Force isn't even a Metroid game. Like, it isn't even really a Metroid game. At least this game brought back the 2D Metroid format, and it did it well. There might be some things that aren't desirable about it. It has its faults, but it's not like one of the worst Metroid games ever. You can't, like, I'd say Federation Force and Other M could be tied for worst. To say that this is tied with Federation Force for like being the worst Metroid, that's a little. How does it not? Okay, whatever. You're weird. Because I was just like, after playing this again for like, okay, maybe you playing it on the 3DS was affecting the maybe affected your judgment a little bit, because like I'm playing this with a Pro controller now on Citra, and I'm like, I'm having a better experience with this game than I ever have had with it. It feels like it's very fast and responsive and snappy, and I don't have to wrestle with the controls by like tapping a touchscreen to morph and all that. It's like it definitely feels like a Metroid game. Now, ways it doesn't feel like a Metroid game would be its sequence breaking aspects, because unfortunately it's not letting me wall jump there. Previous Metroid games, it would allow me to wall jump in these little small areas, but I can't. I don't have bombs either, so I can't do bomb jumps. This game can be broken though. Speedruns of this game actually involve using the spider ball on these little pedestals, like this little elevator pedestal. You'll basically use the spider ball, and you go like back and forth on here, and like hold the control stick at a specific angle, and then you clip into the map, and then you can just like basically go out of bounds and basically do out of bounds stuff like you could in Metroid Prime. Marty, you never finished this game. You didn't get very far in it, so I don't think you can really speak to this game being better or worse than Other M. I'm still convinced that it's probably the 3DS itself that made you quit playing, and not the quality of the game. This game was definitely held back by being a 3DS game, because it feels so much better to play this game on this emulator like this, with an actual controller, and not a touchscreen and tiny little 3DS screen and like really bad carpal tunnel feeling. Yeah, but that's the game. Game Boy's different though, dude. The Game Boy doesn't have a touchscreen, and it didn't give you like ridiculous. It didn't expect you to be like tapping points on the controls on a touchscreen or anything. It only had a couple buttons too. It had like 2 buttons, so it's way less to manage. Having like all of these buttons on a 3DS. the game wants me to use missiles more. It's also pretty stupid when an enemy, like, rushes you from, like, a distance like that. Oops. Okay, so I do need bombs for that. That's what I get for trying to get a secret that I probably should have known I can't get. Yeah. Oh yeah, another thing that made this game would make this game bad on the 3DS is playing with a circle pad. Like like having a joystick for the game for movement feels so much better. And for this aiming too. Little crappy 3DS circle pad. I can't believe we played Smash Brothers with that crappy little circle pad. Mouse pad nub thing. What are you talking about? Oh, no. That mouse pad nub was the C-stick thing. You didn't even have a circle pad. Oh, yeah, like the circle pad was, like, it broke off your 3DS? Is that what you mean? Like, you just had to play with a tiny little, like, oh, crap. Oh, crap, I did that way too soon. It's okay. It pretty much checkpoints before every Metroid. Stop it. This guy's got a lot more health. Oh yeah, no. Well, you don't need the circle pad. You use... No. I'm talking about the circle pad on the left side for movement, for moving. So you did have a circle pad to move around. But still, the circle pad for movement is just terrible. You can't use the D-pad for movement in this game. The D-pad is assigned for Aeon abilities. You had to play this game with the circle pad on the 3DS. Is indeed a dead end. Where do I get the bombs then? Crap. Oh my gosh. By the end of this playthrough, I'll probably be hating the game right along with you just because of how much I'm going to die in fusion mode. Oh no! Whew. Oh, come on. Still got hit by him. No. No, in this one, it's this purple substance. Those little, whoops. Those little vines are just sort of like, little death area. I mean, those existed in Metroid as well. I mean, they're in, and you see them in AM2R and Metroid 2, the original Metroid 2. They're just there so that to like limit your platform ability. That doesn't actually block off the rest of the level or anything. In this one, they actually provide a lore reason for the planet being locked off like that, and that is these giant Chozo gates that require, like, they won't open up to go further into the planet until you've killed a certain amount of Metroids in that area. Oh, come on. These guys move so fast, it's like, it's really annoying. It's my least favorite enemy in the game. Go this way. I could agree with you about this being this being the worst 2D Metroid entry, but I wouldn't go as far as to put it below Other M or at the bottom of the Metroid game list. I'm running out of water. I wonder how long I'll stream till. I think I'm at least gonna go 2 hours, so I'll probably stop around 6 or 6:30. Okay, fine, I won't go that way. See, there's like, they get you from all the way across the screen. There's like nowhere you can go where you'll be safe. Whoa, what? I had a whole energy tank. Wait a minute, did that guy actually just take all my health? It was down here, wasn't it? Oh my goodness! Why do they do so much damage? And take forever to kill, and these guys, you can't even counter them. That's ridiculous. Is it bomb time? It's bomb time. That does... It's so weird. It's so weird seeing a tiny little enemy, like, spit on you, and then it just takes, like, almost 2 whole energy tanks. Thing over here. Even for a 3DS game, this game kind of does look like it didn't have a very big budget. I will just avoid those guys because they're unfair. Oh, come on. It's gonna put me back at the morph ball room, I believe. I can't go any higher. All I can do is hope that I can get some healing items soon or something. Please give me health. Oh, come on. I was able to bomb jump earlier, but I'm not going to worry about trying to sequence break or anything. If I even can sequence break in this game, it's not going to be significant enough to be worth doing. Gotta do this again. I don't know if I like the morph ball. Actually, I know I don't. Definitely don't like the morph ball being slower than Samus's run speed in this game. Oh, I was like, why is it showing me this? That's a teleport station. Okay, guess not. I don't think I can go this way yet. I think I get the ice beam pretty soon. Yep, ice beam, next room. I set the ice beam to down on the C stick for me, because that's how you switch to the ice beam in Metroid Prime. making a fuss. Okay. I don't like saving with such low health. I'm gonna go save so I don't restart with low health. Did not mean to do that. Oh, this isn't a Metroid. This is where I get the spider ball. I forgot which button activates spider ball. I think it's the R button. The L button. There we go. Ice beam now. Ice beam makes these fights way easier. Yes, another one. So happy to see that. this looks like there could be something. Or was there a secret over here? Here. Yeah, there we go. Found another missile tank, so it's whatever. 2 whole energy tanks down now. Did not mean to do that. Wasting my Aeon. Enemies do not stay frozen for long. Let's take a look at the map for a bit. How many Metroids left? I didn't remember how many I needed. I've got 2. But why does it say 0 out of 4? I'm trying to understand the little tracker down there. I guess 2 overall. I have 0 out of either, so 4 total, so I need to get 2 more, I guess. And I think it's telling me 0 out of 4 there because I haven't actually turned any of them into the gate. I don't have to counter anymore. But the ice beam didn't get. I got hit by that guy though. Wow. It's dumb. It switched me back from the ice beam. Okay. I was like, guess I should have known that. Because you can actually see the color of the arm cannon. Give me some pitiful health. Oh, come on. Wow, so much damage. This way. I don't have to worry about the little guy. Oh. Well, that's good. I was expecting the missile expansion, but I think I might have actually missed where that missile expansion was. Oh well, it's just a missile expansion. Oh, I just saw the Metroid in the background. Pretty sure there's nothing else this way. Might as well check. Yeah, it's dead end. Dead end. Yeah, sure. Gotta watch out for those little bitty things that they drop. It's my chance to freeze them. That'll do it. Now I go back. That's how I get the missile. What's up, dude? Wow, they stay frozen forever whenever you charge beam freeze them. Yes, I am playing this on Citra, and it's a funny story. I spent way too longer than I wanted to trying to get fusion mode on here. So I got everything set up on Citra nicely. All the touchscreen, like, look, I can switch beams by pushing the control stick up and down now. And then I can morph by doing that instead of tapping this touchscreen. So basically, no need for the touchscreen. Feels so much better playing this game with a control stick and just all buttons than using the touchpad. I mean, the touchscreen for everything. So I wanted to play this game in fusion mode because it's the hardest difficulty, and I never have beaten. I didn't actually play through it in fusion mode yet. So. The thing is, and I had it unlocked, and I have the amiibo. I'm pretty sure it's the Metroid amiibo, but I got the Metroid and the Samus amiibo from Samus Returns that unlock it. But unfortunately, with Citra, you can only scan amiibos through their .bin file. Like, I'd have to somehow extract the .bin file from the amiibo and put it on my computer, and I had no way to do that. I might be able to do that on my phone. I didn't think my phone had NFC, but I just checked and it does have NFC. For some reason, I thought it doesn't. Maybe it's because my last phone didn't have it. But, whoops. Wow. Already hurting now. It's okay. Just need to make it to the end. Anyway, I tried figuring out how, if I could, like, tried using these different apps on my 3DS to transfer my save data from my 3DS over here. Couldn't get that to work. Couldn't find a file for it anywhere online. I downloaded multiple just amiibo.bin file collections that people had like uploaded, but nobody, for some reason, it seemed like nobody had uploaded the Metroid ones. Maybe it's because the Metroid amiibo is so hard to find, but or they didn't make very many of them. But yeah, it's weird. Anyway, the way I finally got fusion mode on here was... Oh, crap. Oh, wow. The way I finally got fusion mode on here was I found somebody made an app that allowed you to edit save data. Just go straight to the save data and edit it and add fusion mode in. So I did that. That's how we're playing it. You missed a long conversation with Marty. I don't know if Marty's still here. About how Marty considers this on the same level with Federation Force and calls it tied for the worst Metroid game. And it just blows my mind. Like, I wouldn't put it that low. I'd say it's like the least, it's not the best. I mean, it's the least, it's my least favorite 2D Metroid game. Like side-scrolling Metroid. But, yeah, he said he enjoyed Other M more than this. But he's going off of his initial playthrough of Other M and not playing it like he's never gone back to it and played it again. Which, like, my initial playthrough of Other M, I loved it. I was like, I love this game. It's great. But, like, I can't bring myself to play it. Okay, I might play it again on stream sometime, but other than in a streaming situation, I would never play Other M again. But then again, same goes for this game. In a other than a streaming situation, I would never play this game again unless a randomizer comes out for it. If a randomizer comes out for it, that's a different story. But I'll just play AM2R over this if I ever want to replay Metroid 2. Screw it. And that's the next, we're going to the next area. Oh, you did. Play it again a few months ago. Did you beat it again? Okay, well then, excuse me while I put my foot in my mouth, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Wow. Alright, well then, in that case, you just have bad opinions on video games. But what else is new? I'm mostly kidding. I don't like those guys. New enemy, I don't like him. I think the gameplay itself overall sucks. It is the least Metroid experience of any of the Metroid games, I would say. Like, besides Federation Force probably, and Pinball. But like, this is more of a Metroid experience than Other M was, because Other M was literally just like, you don't find abilities. You don't there's no exploration and discovery of abilities to let you explore further in the game. It's, you get to the point the story wants you to, and then you're allowed to use the next upgrade. It does not feel like a Metroid game in the slightest, mechanically. That's all I'm going to say about that. One of the dumbest decisions they ever made was to say, like, oh, Samus has all of her abilities. We're just gonna, like, not let her use them from the beginning. So, basically, you're going through the whole game like, well, if I had this the whole time, why didn't I use it the whole time? I get bad explanations for why. How many Metroids this time? That's 8. Yeah, that's 8. I can count. I forgot that when I'm on the ice beam, it doesn't really help me with the counter attacks. I'm going to stay on the ice beam because it helps me avoid having to continuously just counter enemies forever. Ah, yeah. I think that, Zach, I think Marty's talking about for Other M. He's saying in Other M, it's just the story and the missile aiming that sucks in Other M. He's not talking about this game. You can't say Other M hardly had a story. It did have a story. It had too much of a story. And it had a bad story. 3 or 4 missiles to kill that guy. Wow, this is not that. Like, the graphics, you're complaining about the graphics of a 3DS game. Like you're acting like it detracts. Like, if this was a Switch game and it looks like this, then yeah, I would absolutely be like 100% like on board with you, like condemning the graphics like you are. But like, it's a 3DS game. This is like you can't expect great graphics from a 3DS game. Just gonna let them do that. Every time it restarts me, it puts my beam back to normal, and that throws me off. And then it's 2 hits and I'm dead. I hate these guys so much. just needed one missile. I didn't even need two. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't do that. I think it's because he hasn't given it a fair chance. If you could play this game on Citra, would you, Marty? Of course, Citra's kind of tricky to set up in a way, in the first place. I mean, but you set up Steemu. We set up Steemu for you, and it was fine. It's the same amount of hard to set up as Steemu, I think. Well, actually, no, it's not as easy as Steemu because it's different. I don't know, it's different. You haven't even played the game. Like you played the game up to a point, which wasn't even halfway through the game. And just declared that it's a terrible game. Just because the graphics are bad. The graphics suck, so it's a terrible game. Really wish there was someone had made a patch for this game to do 60 FPS, because this 30 FPS just feels bad. Okay, I don't think I should go back this way because there's nothing else to do back here. All right, I'm gonna just use Scan Pulse over here. I'm supposed to go up this way. But how do I get up there? Have I just not been over here? I can't get up this way. Oh, but I can do this. What am I doing? I'm like forgetting that Spider Ball is a thing. Oh, I'm out of missiles. No. Sucks to be out of missiles. Resort to pew-pew-pewing. Here's a missile. Oh gosh. I think that I have to go from the other side there. I don't know why I went back down to check. Is this a path? It is. Ooh, missile. Ooh, piece of candy. What? You think that them making the game in 3D is cost-cutting as opposed to sprites? this is it takes more work to make 3D models, to make games with 3D models than with sprites, dude. Just because you think one looks better than the other doesn't mean that that one's takes more work. I can't believe that you're like, if this game came out and it was a straight up, it was on the 3DS and it was a straight up 2D flat game that looked like it was a SNES or Game Boy Advance game, like the sprite work, I think that more people would be like, why did they do this? Rather than Europe, like, oh, this would be way better. Plus, like, it's the 3DS. Like, it'd be really weird not having 3D on the 3DS. Your problems with the game don't stem from it being a good or bad game. They stem from you not liking the way it looks and the decisions that were made with, like, aesthetics-wise. All I'm hearing is like almost 100% like it looks terrible, so I can't stand it. So it's a bad game. It's the worst Metroid game. Oh crap! All right, I'm gonna get one hit killed by these guys all the time. Ready for some. This is one of the tougher Metroid fights. Good to know that those 2 energy tanks don't mean crap against this guy. And I am all out of missiles. I gotta find somewhere to recharge my missiles. All the things I've heard in my life, I've never heard someone claim that it's cost-cutting to make a game with 3D models as opposed to sprites. Missiles. Oh, hey, I can actually teleport. I wonder if there's a missile station nearby one of the teleporters. Ugh. That one's kind of far away. Maybe this area? Not very close. I'm gonna go here. Try to get to the missile recharge station here. This way. guess it wasn't that far to get to the recharge station. Still further than I would have liked. I don't understand why they gotta separate the missile recharge stations and the health stations. Why can't they all just be like safe stations? Like, just make all safe stations give you back all your health and ammo. And I shouldn't have done that. Now I'm gonna lose all my health. Also, I didn't even go and recharge my missiles, so that was dumb. We're gonna waste more time now. This way. Hopefully there won't be any enemies there to hurt me. Oh, there's actually another secret over here, I think. Is there? I thought there was. I thought the map was showing a dot, but I guess I'm just seeing things. I can just drop down. Yeah. Just go ahead and save since I just refilled everything. Not even a scratch on the way to the teleporter. Are you That guy's attack took 2 whole energy tanks. Oh my gosh. Fusion mode is brutal. Dude, just kill me. Okay. Try again. Oh, the teleporter is basically a save point. Here we go. There we go. I didn't even get hit that time. It's the power of more missiles. this. Was it worth it? Was it worth losing a whole energy tank? I don't know. Oh, now I'm gonna have to run back over here and take more damage. Is this the next Aeon ability? It is. So this is where Marty stopped playing. After getting the lightning armor, apparently. I'm gonna be using this a lot in the game because I need the extra defense. Oh yeah, you gotta... if I did the melee thing, the melee counter there, I could have actually attacked them. I just couldn't... I was trying to find the button for it, but... It's X. It actually increases your melee counter into like this pretty big attack here. It doesn't deplete the meter, it doesn't deplete your Aeon gauge either until you start taking the hits, which is nice. Got about 30 minutes left in me. I wonder if we'll get to another area after this one. Or if we'll finish this area out. I think that would be a good goal, to try to finish this area out. Nope. Not gonna bother with those guys. The engage is almost completed. Wish I could refill my Aeon. Teleporter. Oh, there's a teleporter. That's an elevator. Oh well, I'm gonna go fight that Metroid. Oh yeah, water. I'm missing. Refill my stuff. That was hardly any Eon refill there. Aeon. I keep calling it Eon. I have a feeling I'll be using those Aeon abilities a lot more in this fusion mode run, just because having a buff to my defense and damage will be very helpful. High heat area, I can already tell. Oh, look at that thing in the background. That was pretty cool. Just climbed into the water. Hey, refill. What is that? I forgot what those are. Oh, it was like an Eon extension, I believe. Aeon. Probably. I don't think I can get to it with all those spikes that were there. Oh, I need the grapple beam. Oh, there's our little friend again. Just sort of chilling there. You know, as cool as I find it to have things in the background in this game and things that interact with Samus in the background too, with like the Diggernaut boss and stuff. Like it's a really cool thing, and you can have things in the background. But it brings up a big problem with the world, and that's like, why is Samus exploring this entire world on one plane? Like, I feel like you don't really have that. That problem doesn't come up in a more traditional 2D game, because you don't have things in the background that are that present, where you can clearly tell are in the background of there's clearly an area back there behind this guy that could potentially be explored, but because I'm locked on a 2D plane, it's just like I'm not ever gonna see it. Just an interesting little thing. Where is he? There he is. Oh, come on. There we go. Well, it makes... That's why, yeah, but I'm just saying that, I'm not talking about whether or not, like, or I'm not asking why it's there, I'm just observing and mentioning that because you have those background elements, it raises the question of why am I exploring on a 2D plane even more. And Dread is going to be the same way. It's going to have stuff in the background that you can see, which is cool. It adds more atmosphere to the game. You can see, like, that I'm in this, like, cool, this big advanced cave system. But when you have things in the back come out of the background and interact with you, then it just begs the question, why can't I interact with them? It's not much of a problem, honestly. It's just a thing. I mean, any game, any 2D. It's not Metroid exclusive. There's other games that do that too. But in a game about exploration, I feel like it stands out a little bit more. And yeah, you're right. But like, you're just so like stuck in your ways. It feels like that you just can't accept a 3D game anymore. It's like if it's a Metroid game, it has to be 2D, or it's just like 2D is just superior. Like the sprite-based game superior. And I agree. There's a lot of merits to it, and it can look a lot cooler. But just I wouldn't expect Nintendo to go and make one. Is all I'm saying. I'm not disappointed by these games being 3D, because it's like I couldn't see Nintendo going back and making a sprite-based game now. It's just not something Nintendo really does. Like they would view that as taking steps backwards in terms of design. Yeah, you don't have a problem with Metroid Prime, but a side-scrolling 3D game is weird. Okay, I guess I can understand that, but I wouldn't. I'm just saying you can't really expect Nintendo to go and make a 2D sprite-based game anymore. It's just not something they do. I think to them it's a step backwards. I mean, you see indie games do it all the time, and that's awesome. Like the indie scene loves it and embraces it. But Nintendo, it just doesn't seem like that's something they would ever do. So I don't count it as points against them. Yeah, it is. But you're actually exploring in 3D. What's your point? All I'm trying to say is that Nintendo is not going to make a 2D sprite-based platformer. Or at least they're not going to do it with their main series. We're not going to see another 2D sprite-based Mario, most likely. I mean, who knows? They could surprise us. But ever since things have jumped to 3D, we haven't seen another sprite-based Mario game. We haven't seen a sprite-based Kirby game, a sprite-based any of their platformers. Like, all of their platformers have transitioned over to 3D that have modern current entries. Which way do I go? I guess I could go down that elevator that I found. Hold on. Was there really nothing else this way? Oh yeah, I could go this way. I didn't even go this way. Ah. No. I should have I didn't even think to recharge my energy there and save. I just walked past it. Oh, but I have... Okay, never mind. I have saved here, but for some reason I just don't have my energy recharged. And that's fine. There's no problem not liking the 3DS era. Like, that's fine. It's no longer a thing. It's gone now. Yeah, honestly, there weren't a whole lot of... Like, a lot of the games that were 3DS exclusive games for, like, Nintendo's main series were not the strongest entries in their series. Like, Mario 3D World wasn't that great. I mean, like, when you compare it to other Mario games, not that great. The Mario and Luigi games even were, like, kinda... Mario and Luigi 3 was Bowser's Inside Story. But that was DS. The 3DS ones... Yeah, the 3DS ones did still have sprites, but... They also weren't... Like, people don't generally like them. Fans of the Mario and Luigi series didn't really like the 3DS entries. What else do you got? You got Paper Mario. Paper Mario 3DS was terrible. The Mario Kart 3DS was mediocre. Smash 3DS was mediocre. I mean, it was literally just there to hold us off until the Wii U Smash Brothers. There's this game, which, like, I think is fine. I think it's a great game, but I don't share that opinion with you, obviously. What other 3DS franchises were there? Zelda didn't really... I mean, Zelda got, like, remakes. And they got decent remakes at that. But, like, come on. That was... What? I'm gonna get one-shot by all the enemy... Every enemy I find in this game is gonna one-shot me. I think that, the Kirby games were solid. The Kirby 3DS games were solid, but, like, other than that, like, a lot of Nintendo's main franchises on the 3DS were just kind of eh. I don't like you, stop it. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Maybe I guess this is not where I'm supposed to go. I'm just not gonna go that way. Because that seems like a secret. A secret that I don't know if I'm... Yeah, I'll try one more time. I don't know if it's worth spending the time to get it. Maybe I should use this. I forgot that I had this armor. It's just a missile expansion anyway. Yeah, the Majora's the Majora's Mask remake did do some things worse than the original game. It did some things it did a few things better, like the journal, like being able to skip to any hour or fast forward to any hour in the game instead of just skip like a certain amount of time, and then being able to the Bomber's Notebook was way better. management and all that, like, but there's things that they did wrong. Like, they made the Zora swimming worse. And a lot of the graphics kind of like weren't as creepy. Like they toned down the creepiness of the game, which is like, why would you do that? That's like that's like its whole thing. But the Ocarina of Time remake was solid all around. But yeah, no, for the most part, 3DS entries of games weren't as like weren't the best, I guess. I wonder if Zach would have any input on that. He seemed to have stepped away or something. Okay, but that wasn't only in the Ocarina of Time remake. That was even versions of they did that in the N64. Like the original version, there were multiple versions after the original version of it that removed that. They removed that and part of the this chanting. There was apparently Islamic chanting that was used in the music for the original game that got replaced in like a later version of the N64 game, even on the N64. Like there's certain N64 cartridges that have that update applied that don't have the same religious looking symbol. Like it's a symbol that was very close to like a religious symbol or something. And after like there's actually N64 version N64 cartridges that have that changed. And that version is the version that you see in the GameCube releases of Ocarina of Time as well. Yeah, you had the 1.0 version then of it, which also had red blood effects for whenever Link kills Ganon at the very end of the game. They've changed that to green in later versions of the game, including the remake. I think we're close to we're probably close to the Various suit now. Yeah, that's the Various suit right there. I wanted to go up there and get that item, get the Various suit earlier than however the game wants me to go get it. Can't go that way. Which way do I go? Oh, I just keep going lower, I guess. Okay, but that's not their game. Like, Marty, Nintendo didn't make the game Nekopara or Sakura Sakura, any of those hentai games. Nintendo doesn't make those games. Games that we're talking about a game that Nintendo made, and it's their game. And Nintendo can be very Disney-like when it comes to like including things that might be seen as offensive in their video games. Should not have gone that way. Bad idea. Can't kill those. There it is, the Various suit. Get ready for the colors to change and be different than Metroid Fusion. Very different than Metroid Fusion. Very, very different. It's like why is it that different? Why does it look like that? Where's the lime green? Where's that lime green? Because it's their game and they don't want to have blood in their games. Like that, allowing other games on their platform and the games that they develop themselves, that's two totally different things, dude. Yeah, Samus is a watermelon. Exactly. I'm a watermelon. Isn't there another... Yeah, there's another item over there that I can't get yet. Oh, because I need the high jump to get to it, I think. Hold on, I'm gonna try doing the bomb jumps again. I actually did this earlier when I was testing the game to make sure it would work. Because this is the area that I got to, I guess, on my... Aha! I did it. Ah, dang it, I need the... I need the wave beam. Well, guess I'll just go on further into this area. I guess I can go further into the red zones, so... Yeah. Explore the red zones some more. It looks so ugly. I don't like it. Apparently there's an upgrade for me over here. I would have loved an energy tank, but I feel like the energy tanks are going to be part of the puzzles. More challenging finds. Is that a power bomb door? I don't know what that is. Oh, it's oh no! It's the next version of the Metroids. So that's the Alpha Metroid. The next one is the next one Gamma, or is this Zeta? No, Zeta is the next one. This is Gamma Metroid. It's Gamma. What are you doing? Where's he going? Oh, he was shutting him up. Oh, I could have countered him there. Ah. It takes forever to do that. Come on. Oh, there we go. Just keep shooting them with the ice beam. Oh, I'm out of... I can't scan pulse. Station. Can I go there now? Nope. Oh, it's almost 6. I need to get to a stopping point. Maybe I can go get that. I don't want to go that way. Oh, I can't go this way, so I have to go that way. I want whatever's in there. Refill my missiles. No. Is that the wave beam, I guess? Yay, wave beam. So then what's that other thing? Oh, there's a save point. Save point right there. Now I really want to go up here. Supposed to have high jump to get over here, so I hope I don't soft lock. I mean, it doesn't matter if I soft lock because I just saved anyway. Uh-oh. That was a bad idea. Oh, I can't go there. I need plasma beam for that door, I think. Okay, well, I'm gonna end the stream there for today. Thanks for watching, Marty. Even though this is the worst Metroid game ever, thanks for watching it anyway. I will talk to you later.